Meditations. Today a little different. Let's kind of have fun with perception a little bit. What I want to talk about is dream attention, all right? Which is actually the ability to move all of your cognitive abilities into the dream body when you're actually asleep. So it's not just lucid dreaming, but also I think sustaining attention when you're actually in the dream process itself. So like many of you, I've studied a lot about dreams. I personally am more of what's called a stalker or of energy, as far as like to get enough energy, freed up energy to sustain dream attention when I'm asleep. So for me, it's not easy to do that, all right? So I'm one of the people who has to actually act certain ways in the physical realm here, third dimensionally, to make sure that I can keep enough freed up energy, that my energy and perception is not molded because of everything around me and the situation I'm in, and I still have the freedom of energy there that can later be used to sustain dream attention. So anyway, like I was saying before, a lot of you, I've studied dreams and some stuff about that. I've tried different things, and for me, one of the techniques I like, or one of the systems I like, is the one that Carlos Castaneda did, his dream techniques, and the women that kind of came off of him, like Tasha Ablar, Florinda Donner, Marilyn Tanashindi. The work of them I think is interesting anyway. When I find the Toltec system quite interesting in terms of dream interpretation of how to actually interact in the dreams. So I think that's kind of one that, like for me, the first gate he had was simply to look at your hands. That is a way to sustain dream attention. And then actually look at your hands and see basically, are they yours? So even just that, and I hear a lot of people talk, you've got people that are natural dreamers, that's their thing, and you've got people like me that are more stalkers of that type of free energy so that we can dream like that. So if you're one of those people that's a natural dreamer, it'll be different. But for someone like me, it's difficult. It was difficult for a long time. I had to really consciously be able to transfer that information from my hands over to my dream body. Okay, so for me it was not easy. So for some of us, dreaming is not that easy, all right? But the more you free up your energy, the more you start dealing with these different areas of consciousness, such as the alpha state, the beta state, the delta state, things starts changing, all right? So anyway, I just wanted to address that a little bit and kind of talk about the two different types of warriors there are. Like I said, one is the dreamer. People have that natural ability to dream lucidly, and the others that are stalkers or gatherers. I use that word a lot, gatherers of energy. So that way we can free up enough that we can start dreaming and the attention more. And in that way, I don't want to always seem like I discount astral experiences. You know, the Free Foundation found out that I think 75% of encounters are actually astral or dreamlike. And I know why, so they won't be suffering from physical aphasia like I did during my encounters. So anyway, that's just one thing to bring up there. So these are other ways to kind of deal with things, and it's more of how to actually make our dream body as corporeal as this one, an ability to function in this dimension. So you have a lot of that going on when dealing with people right now. When you encounter a different dimension, it is like a dream. So that's how, as beings of perception, that's what we are. The universe goes through us. We're beings of perception. So a lot of time we spend everything responding to stimuli and experience that in a dreamlike state. So anyway, just something I wanted to touch on a little bit, which was dream attention and the simple things, something like that, trying to look at your hands. That's just a neat gate or a neat technique to try. And then once you can actually look at your own hands, then you start shifting your gaze around and shifting your awareness around. So these are the things that what Castaneda calls the gates of dreaming. So I'll put some pictures of that up, and I'm not going to spend a lot more time talking about it. But thank everybody that is encouraging me to keep going with these videos. Those of you on Patreon, thank you very much. This is all going on because of you. Been getting a lot of good wishes, so thank you all for that. Please subscribe, put a like on it so I can someday beat that shadow ban algorithm. Peace.